Hey everyone, welcome to 2 Minutes Tuesday with Bala. This week we are going to look into Azure Container Apps and how do we deploy. Let's get started. What are the deployment options for Azure Container Apps? The first and foremost is Azure Portal. That's straightforward using the portal. You could choose a container image and use them. Second option is using the Azure command line interface from your PowerShell prompt. You could log into the Azure CLI and then you could do the deployment. There are a few different types of templated programming you could use. Either you can use ARM templates, biceps, or Terraform, or even sometimes you could use the API endpoints and directly trigger a Azure Container Apps deployment. So when you're doing container apps, their main important thing is environments. So you could do environment deployments in two ways. Either you could choose to have one single environment shared between multiple container apps, or you can have different environments. Why would you choose one over the other? Let's look into it. The same environment, basically, if you're managing the same related services, or if you're using different apps within the same network. So if you want to have different environment, why would you do that? So the first option is like you never want to share anything between two different. So basically, if it is an e-commerce solution and you have an entire differently like a printing solution, you don't want those two to talk to each other because one is internal only, one is public facing. In those cases, you don't want to have a shared environment. You will have two different environments. So there is a clear separation of what exactly are they doing. And even with the Dapper and logging, they're not communicating to each other. And also, like when you're talking about these things, like the container registry is an important one. In container apps, container registry, it supports both public and private. We have talked about this in the past. It also supports Azure Container Registry, Docker Hub, or any other registries. So how does the versioning work when you're doing with container apps? So in container apps, if you have a new version that's being deployed, then immediately it creates something called revisions. Because revisions is nothing but an immutable snapshot of your current container app. So it creates a revision, and then you can have multiple revisions of a particular container app. And then you can, as soon as you push a new deployment, a new revision is created and that becomes active. You can have multiple revisions. There are like active revisions and there are inactive revisions. So as soon as the new revision is being provisioned, the older revision becomes inactive. In some cases, there might be a situation where you want to do like a load balance between two revisions. You could do that with ingress. And in that case, you could say, I want the 80% of traffic to go to my old revision until I will be able to test the new revision and ensure everything is in place before I can flip the switch and entirely move into the new revision and the old revisions get inactivated. So that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again.